Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, hopefully, whatever temporal jurisdiction you happen to be in. Hi. Hope you're all doing well. Oh, sorry. I've had a bit of a rough day, so hope this goes all well. Wow, I should really come back and do this intro again. Michael, not be happy with it. But hey, anyway. Right. Drink. Yes. No, it's just been a bit busy day. I was babysitting my niece yesterday down at my sister's place, so it was a bit of a rush back to get here for stream time. But it's all good. Well, plus the dreaded technical difficulties, but we will see. Trying to get the game to run with a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, right. Hello. My name is Anil. For those of you who don't know me, I am the community manager for Rusty Quill, a podcasting production company. We put out 3 different shows a week. Rusty Quill Gaming, a actual play Pathfinder podcast, a horror anthology show, the Magnus Archive, which is currently on hiatus, but coming back on the 2nd of April. And Stella Firma, sci-fi improvised comedy. What are we doing here? Or what am I doing here? I am hopefully going to be showing you a game. The aim of these new streams is to be an on-road into the world of gaming. So like on-ramp, inroads, one of the two. What is language at this point? We want to introduce new people to new games, new genres, new opportunities and experiences that they might not have considered or had the chance to indulge in. And we're going to be showcasing like introductory experiences, tutorials, how you get into new games, basically. It's possible that people here are coming to us. We are looking to broaden our audience beyond just our immediate viewership, and hopefully maybe get some new people into the community. So yes, as I say, we are going to be looking at one of, I think it's safe to say, one of the most formative games from my youth. When it comes to teenage Anil and the history of gaming, this is very much up there as a key game in all of this. So for those of you who may have missed the first stream that we did, where Mike and I actually went over our gaming history, I started off with very simple, very straightforward kind of builder games, the simulation strategy games, one of which was, aside from the original SimCity, Sid Meier's Civilization, the very first Civilization game that is now on its 6th incarnation with a company called Firaxis. And shortly after Civilization came out, and we're talking the early 90s here, as a point of reference, I first got my family first got its first PC in 1991. I want to say 1990 or 1991. Yeah, the old days, the early days of home PC gaming. Well, home PCs, and this was one of the very first games that I ended up that I did actually play. So this came out in 1994, and is part of the general strategy building, strategy stroke empire building games that were very prevalent at the time. Hands up who is older than Google. Yeah, Google didn't exist when I started. When I started gaming, when I started in computers. Oh, search engines back then. We were using the ones that you given by your internet provider. So that would be AOL, Lycos, Alta Vista. Ask Jeeves just shortly after the advent of home computing, really. Yeah. So this is, as I say, something that holds a lot of weight in my memory and the nostalgia of my gaming history. I have not played it since. I don't think I played it since before I went to uni. So we're talking, the last time I would have played this would have been in the late 90s. And I am very interested to see whether or not it holds up. As I say, I had a few tech problems getting it ready because for those of you who remember that era, all the games ran in DOS. So we're having to use a DOS emulator here in order to try and run it. And the streaming software was not exactly happy with having to do try and find old tech like this. So we are running this through DOSBox. I will say that I got this game off GOG, Good Old Games. It is currently on there for, I think, less than a fiver. Yeah, it's £5 sterling. Probably similar in whatever currency you are purchasing in. There is an update, or rather, there is a remake of this game that was done in 2008, I think it is, by Firaxis, using the Civilization 4 engine. And we will probably look at that on a later stream as a compare and contrast sort of thing. But for today, we are going all the way back to 1994. Well, actually, as you'll see in a moment, the screen I'm looking at actually is version 3.0, 7th of February 1995. Have I got one? Yeah. Before we start, though, obviously there is a bit of a caveat. This is a caveat that comes with most games that will be purporting, or at least be playing, in the history of the real world. Particularly when you come to things like builders, empire builders, or strategy games of this nature. We all know that that colonialism is a bad thing. This is not something that we can get away from when we were looking at games, and it's not always. Whilst there is the argument that you can offset some of it as product of its time, etc., etc. Again, we're talking about the 90s, so you're not necessarily this is not necessarily something you would give short shrift to. There is a lot of discourse around this game, and that's discourse with a capital D. Yeah. But provided we are aware of what it is that we are looking at, and I am the child of two immigrants to the UK, both who have come from colonial, who have suffered from countries which have suffered under British colonial regime. My father is from Sri Lanka, and my mother is from Guyana in South America. And as I say, both countries are very much the product of colonialism, are very much the product of the experiences that those countries went through. All that taken into consideration, provided we are aware of what a game is trying to do, or at least our own intent going into something like an Empire, and it's not restricted to this. I mean, any game of this nature that is using a historical or using a real world setting is going to be prone to these sorts of things. I mean, Civilization, if you're using a real world map, any 4X game basically that comes out of Paradox, barring the space ones. So, provided we're aware, and provided that you are playing it in a way that feels that sits okay with your standards, I think that there are still valid reasons and still a valid gameplay experiences to get out of these games. The other aspect of this is that it isn't a true representation of history. That it is ahistorical to a certain extent because, particularly in this game, and one of the criticisms actually levelled against it is there is no slavery. There is no representation of the mechanics or the process of that aspect of history, and for that it's actually been criticised for whitewashing the past in terms of not making the player face the realizations and face the issues that came up in the past. But as I say, we are looking at an ahistorical game, and I think if we look at it from that perspective, we can approach it through different lenses. So, one of the things that we are, definitely Hugh and Jess. There are plenty of arguments around this, and there are a couple of really good articles online about this game in particular, and looking at things. At the end of the day, it's not an easy question. It's not an easy subject to come down and, in inverted commas, rationalize on. But we are going to look at this. Because of that. I am not going to play. I'm not going to play the game on a real world map, and in that way, there is a certain level of abstraction that we can take. Sorry. So, all of that bearing in mind, let's go and have a look at the game itself. So, bear with me one moment. We will. So, here we go. 8 or 16-bit graphics and all. Yes. So, we are talking about very, very early graphics engines. Some of you may remember graphics like this. Some of you may be familiar with from games in the retro style. So yes, this is what we are presented with. As you can see, we are given the option, and I hope this. Can you actually read the text? Is this actually coming through clearly on your screens? Okay, good. Yeah, it took a lot of fiddling to actually try and get this into a way that even I could actually play it. So, let's start with a game in the New World. How's the music for you all? Is it too loud, too soft? Not on, actually. Right, now that it's there. Okay. How is the music for you all? Good? Or would you like it a little bit... Good for you, a little bit louder. Good for you, softer spritz, okay. Okay, I'll knock it up a touch. We'll go with that, and if it becomes intrusive, just let me know. And we'll see. Okay, right. So, that. Let's start a game in the New World, or in New World. Right. Difficulty level... I'm actually just going to turn it down a bit for me. Okay, I hope that hasn't done anything for you all. Or has it? Right. So, we're not going to go on... You've got five difficulty levels. Discoverer, easiest. Explorer, easy. Conquistador, yeah. Obviously, terminology is not going to be great on there. There is no music right now while I'm in the selection screen. Governor is tough, and Viceroy is toughest. We're going to go on Explorer because, as I say, I'm more interested in showcasing this rather than having to struggle with anything. Select your European power. So obviously, straight off the bat, we're given a choice of 4 nations to start with. So the premise of the game is that you are going to be sending out colonists. You are going to be sending out an expeditionary force, and you are looking to expand the power of your of the people of the nation which sent you out. Endgame is to eventually build up enough resources and power of your own to declare independence and break away from your home nation. So we've got England, whose focus is on immigration. We have France, whose focus is on cooperation. We have Spain, whose focus is on conquest. And we have the Netherlands, whose focus is on trade. Jared brings up an interesting question. Can you play this peacefully without colonialism? It's a difficult question to answer. You can, and actually, what I am going to go for on this playthrough is to go as peacefully as I can with regards to native inhabitants. That I am not going to be going around, looting burial grounds or anything like that. I am going to endeavour to do as peaceful a run with natives, and that means I will primarily be trying to trade with them, as opposed to capture or loot. Neutral phrase in Spain is just conquest. Yeah. So we will see how far we get with that. So I'm going to go with the Dutch. I'm wearing orange. That was kind of a given. Click here. So please enter your name. The one we are presented with is Michel de Ruyter. Well, Michel is close to Michael, so let's go with Michael de Spirale. And not in jokey in any way, shape or form. And we'll go. So, the Netherlands. The Protestant Dutch provinces gained their independence from Catholic Spain during the Age of Expansion. A maritime country of fishermen and merchants, the Dutch Netherlands operated large merchant and fishing fleets in the North Sea and the Baltic. Upon achieving political independence in the early 17th century, this tiny nation found itself ideally poised to expand its overseas trade into lucrative new markets in the Far East and New World. Unlike their rivals and sometimes enemies, the Spanish, French and English, the Dutch were ruled by their merchant class. This unique arrangement led them to focus all aspects of state diplomatic, military and economic policy around the interests of trade. Their strategy proved quite successful, and the Dutch economy and merchant fleet expanded so rapidly that the other European powers felt compelled to take drastic measures against the Dutch in order to prop up their own less successful enterprises. So, anybody who has read histories of the Caribbean and the Far East will know exactly how successful and the kinds of measures that were taken against the Dutch mercantile fleet. The Netherlands. To represent the strength of the Dutch economy, as well as Dutch achievements in shipping, commerce and banking, the Dutch player receives a bonus when trading with Amsterdam. Commodity prices in Amsterdam do not collapse as quickly as in other European ports, and they recover more quickly. Year of our Lord 1492, an audience with the Stadtholder. For the greater glory of the Netherlands, we dub thee Viceroy of the New World. Go and explore this new land, settle it, and bring wealth and glory to yourself and our nature. You can see the flag of the Free Dutch Provinces or the United Dutch Provinces behind him. So, voila. In the year of our Lord 1492. I haven't got to skip here. An expedition led by the great explorer Michel de Spirale left Amsterdam on a voyage of discovery. Commissioned and blessed by the Stadtholder of the Netherlands. To explore the ocean sea. I know this is really slow, but I'm not being given advancement, unfortunately. So, here we go. We are presented with a ship in the middle of unexplored ocean. Drodicup, this is going to be interesting because I have no real recollection of how to play this game. What have we got? We've got a game menu with colony report options and sound options. Okay. As you can see, options here are very, very basic. What we've got, views, orders, so I can do everything via menu if I need. And as you can see, people who are familiar with Civilization games, you'll recognise that we've got a bunch of advisors. You will see something called the Continental Congress, and that means as we head through the years, we will get the opportunity to pick up interesting little bonuses and things like that via specific people, and you will really get to see how ahistorical this becomes. And we've also got, once we've set up, a colony advisor, a naval advisor, foreign affairs advisor, and an Indian advisor, or native advisor, and trade routes. So, spring of 1492. I'm blocking the map, aren't I? That's probably not such a bad thing because I think... oh no, I will need to move that. So, bear with me one moment. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen, aren't I? Duh. So, quick change. Right, there we go. Haha. So, back to this. As you can see, spring of 1492, I have 300 gold, 0% tax rate. I've got a Dutch merchantman. Let's get rid of that. A Dutch merchantman in the sea lanes. And you can see I've got a movement of 5. And aboard this Dutch merchantman, we have veteran sentries and a veteran musketeer, I believe it is. And we've got some pioneers who've got 100 tools. Yeah, soldiers and pioneers. There we go. Right. So let's head. Come on, select that. Nope. How do I do this? So, ooh, fish. Discovery of the New World. No, sailors can't get scurvy and die. This isn't quite Oregon Trail naval version. Although that would be an interesting concept, I think. Yeah. So, land ho! What shall we call this new land, Your Excellency? Any suggestions? What ideas shall we call this this brave new land? Oh yes, IQ conflict, of course. Yeah. Yep. Of course, it has to be Sannikov land. Apologies to anybody who doesn't listen to the Magnus Archives for these in jokes. Well, let's see. Okay. Ooh, we have a city there, but obviously I don't really want to go antagonizing the locals anytime soon. Actually, we'll stay with ships for a moment. Ooh, there's wood there. And a river. Okay, let's make landfall and see how far we get. So, sending the soldiers out. Navigation, we are using keyboard controls here. I'm actually using the keypad because then I've got diagonal movement as well. So we'll send the ship back out. Aha. Ooh. And we have an immediate meeting of the natives. So one thing to say is that even though we are operating on a new world as opposed to actually going for the Americas, all the native tribes that we are likely to meet are going to still have their real world names. So, the Cherokee Tribe welcomes you. We are a glorious nation of 17 villages. To celebrate our friendship, we generously offer you the land you now occupy as a gift. Will you accept our treaty and live with us in peace as brothers? Yes. Yes, we will. The Cherokee welcome peace with our brothers the Dutch. Let us smoke a peace pipe to celebrate our perpetual friendship. We hope you will soon visit Cherokee villages to share knowledge with us, and that you will send your wagon trains to trade with us. So you can see that we are being given we are being given options as to what to do and how to progress the game. Hi, yes, white people have got land as soon as they board. So you can see keywords in yellow are giving us hints and suggestions as to what we are supposed to be doing. So, as you can see, we have the native there. And we're just going to use the ship to explore the coastline of this and basically release what's called the fog of war. So reveal bits more and more of the map as we go along. Ooh, and we've got another tribe to our west. Oh, and there is a village there, so we don't want to settle too close to that. And as you can see, the year timer is ticking on. I think it's 1 year a turn at this point. So let's carry on. Ooh. So we appear to have landed. Ah. So what we're going to do. Ooh. So I can navigate on the mini-map by means of the mouse. We've got a mountain there. And as you can see here, we've got some resource. I don't know if it will tell me what it is if I click on it. So yes, you can see if we click on specific bits of the map, we can see that it is Siouxland, the type of terrain it is, hills, and that there is in fact an ore deposit there. However, it being so close to the Sioux village, not something that we are likely to try and take advantage of. Wow, there's a lot of native villages along this coastline. So let's see. So throughout the game we are going to get little pop-ups which tell us that there might be new people back at home who are willing to emigrate and make a new life for themselves. So, religious unrest in the Netherlands caused increased emigration. We've got expert farmers now available in Amsterdam. So what I can do is view European status. So here we go. If you go to the European status screen, this will tell you what's waiting for you back in Amsterdam. And oh, you can see it, but I can't. This is going to be a little problematic. I can't actually see what the prices of the different goods are. Right. So, I will just need to make a few adjustments to toolbars. Okay, I still can't see it very clearly. Sorry folks, I'm just having... Yeah, I am trying to run it in a window, but... I think I've got my window settings somewhat wrong for... Okay, yeah, this is going to be a slight problem if I can't actually see how much the commodities are going to be worth. Right, Let me have a quick think. How am I going to make this work? Turn the bucket, make it a blindfold run. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Can I rely on chat to actually tell me how much the various goods are at any given time? So, actually, I think I'm going to need to change the window. So, if you bear with me, let's get that game, save game here. Okay, and you see, old school automatic save and save names. We don't get to change. Yeah, it is running in a window, Mini Manta Ray. I think I need to change the dimensions of the window so that it's more appropriate. I'm just wondering what those should be. Because unfortunately, this has no options for me to be able to do that through the actual game itself. Okay, I'm going to go back to go back to the main window. Let's transition back to this. Okay, so I'm going to have to shut the game down a moment and try and tinker with the settings. Yeah, right. Okay. So, I'm not going to show you the desktop because tinker around with config files is probably not the most interesting to watch. Let me see what the resolution things I can get are. Actually, Drug for a screen running in 1920 by 1080, do you have a suggestion as to a good window size that I can force this to? Oh, hang on, is that Alex? Hey, Alex. I haven't got Discord loaded because because I shut down all non-essential processes. Cheers. No, you didn't break my stream, Alex. That's fine. We are trying to get a game from 1994 to run in a DOS window on Windows 10. There were bound to be a few problems. Well done. Maybe if you let 1280 by 1024. Yeah, I think that might be the case. Haha, tech on the fly. It's amazing things that go wrong when Mike isn't here to back me up. Save. Close that down. Right, let's reboot that. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Yes, thank you very much for that drop cup. Your experience is invaluable here. Okay, so I think we've got this to a point where I will be able to view European status. Right, okay, yep. So let us go back, bring the game. And here we go. Right, okay. Yeah, smaller window than I would like to be playing in, but given the... what screen size would I have been running this on? Maybe a 12-inch monitor back in the day. So I have to say we are probably very spoiled at this point. Hello, Australia! Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your time here. Yeah, we really have become spoiled by the modern era of gaming and increases in technology. So we are back in Amsterdam, and you can see that I have an expert colonists here, and we've got a variety of options that we can do with them. So we could tell them not to get on the next ship. We could arm them with muskets. We could equip them with tools, equip them with horses, bless them as missionaries, or no change. If I click on, oh shucks, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, thank goodness. Come on, Anna, remember how you play this game. But you can also see what the market is like in Amsterdam. So we have got. How far do I have to tab to? Will this come up on screen if I... Yeah, it's not coming up very clearly, but so you can see we've got wheat, sugar, or is that cotton? No, that's cotton. Tobacco, cotton, furs, lumber, ore, silver, horses, rum, cigars, cloth, or silk, maybe. Coats, trade goods, tools, and muskets, and you can see how much there is of any given commodity, and how much it would be to buy or sell it. So, given that we have some expert farmers in port, I think can we recruit anybody else? So we can pay individuals to accompany us if we pay their passage. Who shall we recruit? Let's get some ore miners on the basis that if we come across any ore, then that would help us. Let the vampires eat the colonists. Vampires make any colony better, though. So we will exit that screen, go back to our ship, click on the ship. What do I have? Oh, why are you being very responsive? Have you crashed? Okay, good, right, okay. So we've got to probably try and find somewhere to put down our colony. Ooh, ore. And cotton. So let's send the merchantman back to Amsterdam. So this Dutch pioneer has. Let's move. Oh, but there is a village right there. Ha. Okay, that's probably not the best place to actually try and situate anything. So, shall we sell for Europe? Yes! vampire colony on Sanakov land. Oh no, what has Alex done now? Let's go north. Oh, and as you can see there, we saw a blue ship belonging to the French pop up on our screen. So, actually, you can see them in the top right-hand corner there. So we will try and keep an eye on them if we can. I'm going to put down routes. I have completely forgotten how to optimize this game, so we are just going to say that we are going to found a colony here. How do I found the colony? Orders. Trade reports. If I remember correctly, you had to found. No, that's fortify. So you can see our merchantman has arrived back in Amsterdam, and we can get them to board. So they will automatically get on the next ship. Should we actually take any trade goods with us as well? Actually, let's take some. So you can see trade goods are bidding at 1 and asking 2. So we will take buying trade goods. Oh, too expensive. Cargo is normally purchased in units of 100. When you drag the cargo from the warehouse to your ship, you seem to be loading 100 units. We can't afford. If we do want to load or unload less than 100 units, then we can hold down the shift key to do that. Okay, so hold down shift. We will take. Let's take 40. What? Oh, game. Why? Ah, there we go. Right. Hooray. We've got 40 lots of trade goods. And we will then say that we will say set sail for the New World again. I've just realised I probably should put my colony on the the western side. So let's head back. Price of furs has risen. Okay, don't know where I'm going to get any furs anytime soon, but make the silver into a fancy horse horn hat, give it to a horse, and have a shiny unicorn mascot. Yes. Oh, if only I could. The game is not that versatile, unfortunately. So got our ship here coming in. Now, orders. Build colony. There we go. B. Okay, of course. Build colony. What shall we name this colony? What shall we name this colony? So we've got Sanakov Land is the name of our of the New World. Castlevania. I'm not calling a colony Castlevania. In case you hadn't seen, Alex, this is the mighty explorer Michel de Spiral investigating Sanakov Land. So we shall name this colony what shall we name this colony? All the names have kind of gone out of my head. Nealisund. Actually, let's call the colony Helena. and you can see a well, I think what's supposed to be a woodcut or xylograph of building a colony. Yeah. So, and here we have the colony screen. Anyone who is familiar with the Civilization games will instantly recognise, depending on which version you started with, the progenitor of all of that. You've got a basic 3x3 grid around your colony, which shows you the different terrain types and what you can find there. So we've got conifer forest, tropical forest, a minor river, the base colony itself, which is showing that it produces 3 food and 4 furs. Actually, this looks like it's a very, very healthy fur production, which is good. And then you've got the various different buildings. So you've got a carpenter shop, blacksmith's house, a tobacconist's house, a fur trader's house, rum distiller, weaver, and the town hall. And you can see that over the town hall there is a bell, which starts producing what are called Liberty Bells. And that's how you build up your revolutionary sentiment in order to be able to break away from your home nation. So we've got the option of keeping them there to produce furs, which is probably a good idea. And as you can see, we are now producing quite a lot of fur. Although we've got no wood, we have got tools. We go to the carpenter shop, that will produce 3 hammers. Because obviously we're going to need to start building some things like a warehouse and such. But I don't have... maybe if I put them there, that produces food. That produces food still. So I'm going to need actual lumberjacks to be able to get woodland out of there. Oh, where have the furs gone? Oh no, I've lost the fur production. Oh, never mind. Okay. Lumberjacks for the win, yes. So, might be... So I've got an expert farmer coming in, actually. So what do I get if I... So I get hammers. So I get tools if I do that. That goes towards production. That would go to producing 3 cigars. Fur trader. Weaver. Oh, weaver, that's what it is. Yeah, okay. So that means the military units I have present. Jocks. Ah, right, okay. This is where I get. So down here you will see that you've got 3 different things. You've got your warehouse, you've got your military capacity, and you've got your build queue. And this is how you get buildings into your thing. So I want to change this. What I want to be able to do, and you can see the different types of buildings that you can get. So an armory, docks, warehouse, stable, and then you can start upgrading various things. So a printing press will get you, it will improve your revolutionary sentiment, and weaver shop, and all these various things that allow you to improve your production capacity. Wagon trains, as you can see here, will allow us to trade. Also says that we can press F1 for help, and this brings up what's called the Encyclopedia of Colonization. And you can highlight something and press F1 to give you information about what it is. So the warehouse will allow us to basically hold up to 200 of any given type. So what we are going to go for is actually, what did the docks do again? Oh, they allow us to process fish. Okay, that's actually really useful. So I am going to fur trading post. What does the fur trading post do? increases the output of coat. Oh yeah, it turns fur into coat. Okay. Fur into coat. Fur into coats, even. Why are we talking about Chuck Tingle? Rum. Everyone makes So, slight diversion. As I said at the beginning of the screen, my mother is from Guyana in South America, which is, again, thanks to the British, a major rum-producing country. And actually, one of the things I've looked into, or dabbled in, is the history of various drinks. One of my pet hobbies is that as a looking at the history of various of food and drink, and looking at the history of rum is really, really interesting. There is a very good book called Rum: A Social History, which looks at the history of Caribbean rum production, rum production in the Americas as a whole, and how America, once they were looking to break away from the British, try to work in things. But anyway, rum was a major trade good with the natives of the Americas. Various wagons were sent by many nations looking to make deals with the various tribes. The Americans in particular, actually, what you may not know, is that America used to have a rum production, used to be part of the rum trade. And if you go to Boston, you will see that there are many... Boston was a centre of American rum manufacture. Quite aside from the English, French, and when you're talking about rum production, you're looking at mainly the British and the French as the main producers, particularly in the Caribbean. Listening to Anna is cheaper than student debt. Wow, thank you, I guess. After independence, the Americans wanted to get in on the very lucrative rum trade. And set up distilleries in Boston primarily. And when they were trying to make deals with the natives, or actually make deals with a bunch of folk, they realised that American rum wasn't actually doing it. So particularly the founding fathers would actually get their rum from the British. Whilst placating the soldiers and such with American rum, which was of lower quality. I say, really good book if you can find it. Rum: A Social History. I'll try and find the details and post it up on Twitter or such. But anyway, we're actually supposed to be playing a game here. Let's actually put the docks, because then we'll be able to take advantage of the fish that we have got there, and we will put the colonist to work. Actually, so you can see we can turn the colonists into a variety of things, and you can see what the output they grow. And different types of colonists are specialised in different ways, so they will be able to change the output. Of that. Someone who's not specialist is basically, you'll get 3 of a given good if you have the base production for it. If I remember correctly, each colonist takes 2. Can we turn the colonists into food? If not, why not? Don't think the game was really advanced enough to set this. If we are talking about historical accuracy, I don't think cannibalism on that kind of scale was exactly... I know meat is meat, and yes, the Magnus Archives would purport to show the pioneering trail to be less than savoury. using savoury in the sense of a food supply change was probably not the best turn of phrase, Anil. But hey ho, cannibalism detected, security alerted. Nice. Okay, right. Bear with me one moment. Just do. So, what shall we set this? What shall we send him to do? Actually, it might not be a bad idea to set him as a sugar planter, and just start building up some sugar supplies in case we do want to start making rum. Although, as I say, can we turn him into a fur trapper? We can, actually. So that's probably actually going to get us the best return in the short run. Or do I want to make him... No, actually, I'm going to put him to try and produce hammers so that we can actually get the docks in a good job. So let's exit that. Let's go exploring again. Right, so I mentioned this before. The Continental Congress will expand during its next session, Your Excellency. Which founding father shall we appoint as its next member? So, we have got Adam Smith, the trade advisor, Francisco Coronado as the exploration advisor, Francis Drake could be our military advisor, Thomas Jefferson could be our political advisor, and William Penn a religious advisor. Francis Drake, he's named after a dragon, right? Drake in the name does not do that. You simply must meet Thomas. Given that we are... oh, hey, Bryn. Given that we are a mercantile nation ostensibly... actually, if I press F1... Aha! So... Here we go, and we're allowed to see what each of the founding fathers will give us. Adam Smith allows factory level buildings to be produced, which give, which basically allow you to be more efficient. Okay, be more efficient at your production. Oh, damn it! I don't think that's what I wanted. Oops. That's the problem with this. Oh, I'm supposed to use the arrow keys to move up and down. Oops. Okay. Learning with, relearning the game with Anil. Helena has run out of lumber, Your Excellency. Our carpenters cannot continue until a new supply is found. Okay. Zoom to colony. So you say we need to manage our resources. So let us turn him into a lumberjack, which will allow us to get 10 wood out of that. I think so. Yeah, we have no production because we had no... as you can see, yes, it is 2 per colonist. Right. Exit. Thank you for the follow. No, actually, where did I... Oh, no! Oh, chat. This is the worst. It's like, yes, this is a game I really, really liked when I was kid. But yeah, I have, as I say, I have completely forgotten how to play this game. At least in terms of the keyboard movements. You'd have thought that muscle memory would have counted for something. I'll take care, Bryn. The Apache tribe welcomes you. We are a glorious nation of 10 camps. To celebrate our friendship, will you come in peace? Yes. The Apache welcome peace with us. And they also would like our wagon trains to train with them. Okay. So, what have we got? No. Ooh! I found Montreal. Interesting. I will actually say go to... Can I tell you to go somewhere else? No. How do I tell it to go there? orders. Go to port. There we go. We'll send it to Helena. So there are like automatic commands that you can do as well. What time is it? Oh, actually, we're an hour into the stream and my drink needs refreshing. So I'm going to take a quick break here and go and refresh my drink. If you're in a similar situation, go get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink yourself, and we'll be back in a few moments. Where's the break screen? Hello, welcome everyone. I hope you had a nice break. I hope chat has not been too chaotic. Okay, right. Folks are calling me Nail. I can take away that diamond, you know, Alex. Anyway. Right. I have refreshed my drink, so it is back to the game. Now that hopefully I have got slightly better idea of the controls, I think. So, end of turn. We'll watch their movement go awry. And see our merchantman heading down. So obviously, as with most games of this nature, the early exploration phases are kind of slow because you are setting up, trying to get to grips with the nail god of nails. Okay. I will say that I am kind of lost at this, so you do you, chat. Steely's diamond bestowed upon you. Price of cotton has risen to 3 gold. Interesting to note. So we'll just carry on with our sentries. Although, given the French are there, tobacco has risen to 4. Price of ore has risen, and we now have seasoned scouts. Which hopefully will be able to get us a bit further than those veteran soldiers. So as you can see, particularly in the early game, your ships will probably be spent basically running backwards and forwards between your ports. What kind of seasoned? Are we back onto the meat is me? I mean, what is this? This is the New World, so seasoned with chili, probably. Ooh, spies are reported that an Arawak raiding party has wreaked havoc in the Spanish colony of Isabella. Will that work to our advantage, though? Ooh. Thank you, neighbours. The Cherokee Tribe is pleased to see the progress of our neighbours at Helena. We have come to offer you 10 furs in recognition of the everlasting peace between our peoples. Thank you. So, we now have new colonists. So, we will go to the king, and you can see that they are standing outside. So, we have expert ore miners. And we have expert farmers. So, expert farmers grow 2 more food in a square than other farmers. So that's good to see. So we will put them to work in there. What can we actually get more for them? No. So as you can see, that is the most that they can actually make. So, Esk. What do we want to do with our ore miners? Given that we haven't got any ore nearby, it's probably best set them to work doing something a bit more productive. Let us actually let's put them to work turning as a carpenter, and we've got the colonists making hammer so that we can actually try and get our lumber is life, eat them. Insufficient lumber. Put them to work in the rum mines. I think we're still we have to work up to rum mines, Alex. But we'll get on that as soon as we can. And we will put the trade goods into the warehouse. And as soon as we've got a wagon train, then we will start doing that. So while we are here, we might as well send what furs we have got back to Amsterdam, and start trying to build up our money. Price of cloth has risen, which is good to see. Let's just make sure that let's put another 4 load thing. No changes. Send the ship and send it back to Amsterdam, and then they can pick up the expert scouts that we've got, and we can start sending those north to try and investigate where the French are. And as you can see, we have got a village with the sun symbol on it, and that indicates a capital. Now, obviously, if we were on a kind of conquest run, then that would mean that taking over the capital would act to destabilize the tribe and would potentially result in a higher loot. However, obviously, we are intending to maintain our friendly status with the tribes that we meet, so we are not going to go anywhere near them. Cloth has fallen to 11. Well, we're not producing cloth, and it looks like we're on a weird stretch of land. Price of cigars, coats. Ooh, cargo for the New Year. Yes, so the furs have arrived in Amsterdam. It's time for us to sell them. There we go. So we sold furs at 5 gold a ton and made 210. So we've got sentries. What do we want to recruit? Ooh, master carpenters. That will be very helpful in order to make sure to speed our production along the way. So do we want to take? We've got 90 gold. I think we will leave that unless we take some more lumber. Actually, no. We'll just set sail. Actually. Steady as she goes and head back to Sannikov land. Ooh, another site, but obviously we're not going to plunder that. And the French continue to boost. Price of coats has fallen. Ah, so we've got a cargo of lumber. Our warehouse can only keep 100 until we've got a larger warehouse. So we'll go to things. So obviously that colonist has been very productive. So while we are trying to go through our lumber supplies, let us put him to work turning. Actually, what can he produce? So we could get him producing up to 4 furs, 4 food. We could get him doing sugar. So why don't we? If we want to go and try 8-foot farmers. Wow. Oh right, I said expert farmers. You heard 8-foot farmers. Okay, sure. Yes, let's go and get him producing sugar then. Which will also act as a reasonable trade good if we need it to. Early stages, obviously, we're not devoting anything to trying raising our our revolutionary sentiment. Obviously, that is one particular route that we could do. Because we have got when the carpenters arrive, we'll switch over that miner to doing something else. We're reasonably close. Hopefully, when it gets 3 lines, then we'll be able to get the docks and start taking advantage of the fish that we have got in the harbour. So exit that. Send them to Helena. Huns to kill in Civ 5. Ooh. I will actually save the game as well, just in case. Because what I am going to do actually is just to show you what happens. I'm going to look at. No, actually, no, I'm not. I promised a non-altruism run, so we will maintain that. Okay, so we now have seasoned scouts, and I'm going to send them north because I'm worried about what the French might be up to in Montreal. So we are going to try and explore those lands, and you can see that they have horses, which will be really useful if we need to trade them at a later date. So let's go back to Helena, and you can see you can see a master carpenter here can now produce double the amount of hammers that a non-specialist can. So while you are doing that, we will move you to. We've got furs wise. Got sugar. So what we'll do is we will start turning the fur into coats, maybe? No. No. There we go. Actually, what would be a good idea is if we check what the price of coasts in the price of coats in Amsterdam is. View. Oh, the Sioux tribe welcomes us, and they are a nation of 11 camps. So yes, we will live in peace and smoke the peace pipe with the Sioux. So we'll just go to view. So furs are selling at 5. And coats are selling at 10. So yeah, the coats are definitely going to be a better. Alex. These Wednesday streams are supposed to be like chill and a peaceful and relaxing place for folks to come and hang out. So exit. So what is the boat? Can the boat take anything back? I'm going to let our supply of coats build up for a bit. And is there actually any point in me sending it down the coast to explore? Actually, yeah, let's send the boat to explore a bit. Let's just try and open up more of that water. And potentially it can pick up the sentries if needed. Ooh, and more furs from the Cherokee. Nice. Haven't we heard a villain laugh from Alex on Rusty Quill Gaming? Surely we have. And there was a camp right at the tip. let's go and find the French. Ooh, dear. As opposed to, oh dear. Aha, another capital. Well, Mike's not here. Somebody has to keep up the pun count. Ah. Now that's an interesting sight. Not quite sure if I remember what that means, or if that's just the Spanish. So we've got indentured servants now available in Amsterdam. Oh, and that's where the Spanish are. Okay, yeah. So they are sitting. Isabella is down there. Nice to know they're not actually that far away from us. So no sign of the English as yet. Oh wow, more furs. Gosh, this is... Right, we're going to have to step up coat production, I think. Aye, and the docks are done. Okay, so let's go to that. So what that means is that we can now take advantage of that fish. So yeah, if we had a specialist fisherman, it would be 4. That. What happens if I put him there? Yeah, so we can now use fish as food, and that's actually pretty good. Yeah, so that's a much better return, especially because we have got an expert on doing this. We haven't got a rum empire yet, Alex. We're building up to it. We have to be able to feed the colonists, and then start sugar production. So what we've got? We've got 18 tons of coats. We need to change the docks. So we could build a stockade now, which might be interesting. Or the church. What does the church do? Church increases cross production. Okay. Oh yeah, because that increases religious unrest. But I think we need to build a wagon train first, because we need to start being able to send goods to the to our friends. So we will start building the wagon train and get our master carpenter building that. Exit. Actually, what if I have him produce fish? It'd only be 4. Yeah, okay, that's not worthwhile. So we'll just slowly build up our sugar reserves while we wait. But we probably ought to... Actually, let's go back to colony. So we've got a population of 4. Got 100 tools. We probably ought to send the colonists out to found another town. Actually, maybe once we've got the indentured servants, then we will, when they come back. Is the volume of the music okay for folks? Population of 4. That sounds like 3 plus. Look, we're already getting a lot of fish. We don't need to turn people into food. Volume is great. Volume is fine. Okay, cool. Okay, so go to actually so let's go to the next unit. Okay, so there's a bunch of okay, more there. Where were the French again? Oh, they're up there. Okay, so I need to keep heading north. So we can see that the Spanish have settled on an island, which is going to probably limit their expansion opportunities. And actually, I've just remembered what that exclamation mark means. It means that those natives are alarmed by the presence of the colonists. Ooh, Arawak. They have 3 villages, so yes. We continue heading north. Obviously now, though, that this means that we are now on the Spanish radar. Although, wrong era, of course, but let's send you back to... let's send you back to Helena, because you can probably start. Alright, take care, Alex. I'll speak to you later. Ooh, there's lots of native sites that, were we on an altruism run, would be interesting places to investigate. But we are not, so... Price of cotton has risen. I think we actually built in the wrong area. Oh well, we will do the best we can. Ah, awesome. The colonist in Helena has learnt the specialty profession of sugar planter. So now you can see that now that they're a specialist, they are getting 4 sugar out of what was previously 2. So what we really want to do actually is get the actually equip somebody with tools and start working the area in order to be able to do that. So actually, yeah, let's now that we have a decent amount of sugar coming in, we'll turn the fur trader into a rum distiller, or the ore miner into yeah, game year is now 1530. We started in 1492. We are really close to being able to produce the wagon train. So, we've got those 3 lots of coats. Okay. So let's exit this. Is that all we want to do for the moment? Yeah. Okay. Let's exit that. Now, hopefully... Ooh. Thank you very much for the follow. Right, so what do we want to send back to Amsterdam? I'm thinking we're going to keep some of the coats to actually trade to the natives, but let's send some of them back. Let's send 10 tons to back to Amsterdam. We'll send the rest of the fur, and we'll send the 3 tons of rum that we've already made, and tell that to go home. Yeah, things are generally in tonnage here. Not exactly on the realistic side, but hey. Oh. Is this an island? Explorer Michael de Spiral, in honor of our recent wedding to our first wife, we have graciously decided to raise your tax rate by 1%. The tax rate is now 1%. You may, if you wish, kiss our royal pinky ring. So, this is where we start. Running into the primary mechanic of how and why you would want to break from your home nation. Every so often, your ruler is going to start increasing your tax rate, which means that goods that you send back and things that you buy in port will now attract a surcharge. Our years of 0% tax are now at an end. So, what you can do is you can either accept the offer, and which by means of kissing the pinky ring, or you can have a goods party, which basically says that you throw out a whole bunch of your goods that you've been stockpiling, and I think avoid the tax rate. Let me write. Oops. Oh well. Here you can see what happened. The Sons of Liberty threw out 58 tons of food into the sea. The colonists refused to pay any tax, and Parliament announces a boycott of food. So we can't trade food in Amsterdam until the boycott is lifted. Yeah. Okay. Oops. But yeah. 1% tax. No. So now we have produced a wagon train. We will load the wagon train up with those goods that we produced, and let's put the coats on there as well. We'll change that now to produce. We need tools in order to be able to do that, and I want the tools actually to... What does the lumber mill do? Oh, that upgrades the carpenter's shop. I think I am going to... How much lumber have we got? We've only got 19 lumber left, actually. So... Let us build... Let's start building the lumber mill. Oh, actually... yeah, let's start building the lumber mill. We'll build up some sugar reserves while we make him a lumberjack. And start building up our lumber reserves again. And then we can send the wagon train out to start trading with our friends. Rebel sentiment is rising in the colonies, Your Excellency. 16% of the population supports the idea of independence from the Netherlands. As the colonists begin to feel more self-sufficient, they also become more productive. Any colony with at least 50% Sons of Liberty membership receives a +1 production bonus. So, as you can see, there are benefits to actually holding the food party and revolting against your home nation. Rumber Mill. Oh, that is a better name than distillery. Rumber Mill's awesome. Yes. Whoever coined that, you are excellent. So, where shall we send? Where shall we send our? Well, we've got a village nearby, so we will send that there. So, it's got a move of 2, so it's going to take a while. Moving along the rivers is actually, a lot better. Aha! See, we are now entering the village. Your expedition has reached the village of Cherokee. The inhabitants are working peacefully and in the surrounding fields. They wave to you happily. We will trade. Let's offer them the trade goods. Wow. We see that you have bought some excellent trade goods to trade with us. We offer you 159 gold in exchange. So, one moment. Here's where you can see a thing. So we can either accept the 159 that we're being offered, and remember we paid 80 for these trade goods. We can try and extort them for kind of like double the price almost, or we can offer them as a gift. And unsurprisingly, if you gift, it increases your the sentiment with them, and will potentially lead to nicer events down the line. So let the trade goods be a gift to you. They only cost us 80, so that's fine. We are in need of tools and rum. Perhaps you will bring some next time to trade with us, even tobacco. Okay, so as you can see, you can tell they can... What? Sorry. Oh, right. Okay, that's what we did. Interesting auto mod. Okay. So, we have sugar, furs and ore available to trade with you. Which would you like to buy? Actually, because we are going to need tools... I think we will buy some ore for the moment. I know it's all 101. Actually, what's our... Unfortunately, the downside with this window screen is I can't tell how much gold I have. So we'll fill up your wagon with 40 ore in exchange for 101 gold. So I'm thinking that the base rate is 90 back in things, but we will gladly pay that 100. Oh no, that will leave us 90. Okay, cool. So... what are we doing? Okay. So... can we get round it? No, it looks like the French have actually settled on a different island. Let's see if we can actually trade with the... Yeah, so we'll actually accept that because we need... okay. Sorry, that is actually how much money we have got. Okay. Yeah, we'll pay that. We'll gladly pay 78. So we basically traded some coats for ore. And now we have arrived back in Amsterdam. We will sell the rum. By dumping 3 tons of rum into the Dutch market, we've caused the price to fall.
Yeah, he asked what I loved, what I wanted to do in the furniture. I wanted to do
in the future.
Oh,
future, future, not furniture. Huh. Did anyone else hear anything on stream just then? No. Hey, memes for the archive. Right, okay. So Mike had been testing some yeah, okay. Yeah, looks like we've forgotten to take off one of the alerts that we were messing around with. Okay then. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'll miss this bit of the Rusty Studio is now haunted. Oh well. So what is it? You're back early. Go get muskets. Why? Studio's haunted. Haha. Upside of actually rum. Downside haunted computer. Right, so we'll get rid of the coats as well. And that's sold for 100 gold. Okay. So you can see we've got a food boycott because we refuse to accept a 1% tax rate. But we probably need to actually pull some... so they said they wanted rum and tools. So let's take some tools. Well, let's take 100, and we will use 50 ourselves and sell and give 50 to them. And then, do we want some raw material as well? Sugar is 6, but we get... Our sugar is 8, and we get 11 back for... We turn it into rum. Not the best. Actually, let's see if we can recruit any more people. Aha! Lumberjacks. Let's get the lumberjacks expert and set us for Sanikov land. London is very haunted, can attest. Yeah, fair. Okay, so that's got ore, so we'll bring that back to Helena. What's Soldier doing? Actually, I'm wondering whether it's worth turning the Soldier into a colonist for now. So let's sentry you to unload the ore. So we've got the sugar planter, the lumberjack, although I'm probably going to turn them into a colonist once once they come back. Use a soldier to destroy the French. Use the rumba to destroy the French. Rumberjacks are just lads who drink a bunch of rum and go chop down trees. Probably not too far from actual truth there. So let's exit here. Price of rum has risen. Ooh. Okay, so we will orders. Come on, I want to give you orders. Right, so go to port, Helena. So let's actually send... Oh, damn it. Let's send you back to Helena. Ooh, pyramid. Ooh, the Aztecs. The Aztec tribe welcomes you. We're a glorious nation of 11 cities. Interesting. Yes. Not sure we'll be sending wagon trains that far north, but yeah. Price of rum has risen. Ooh, we really need to get Francisco Coronado has joined the Continental Congress. So, obviously, a slight misclick meant that we picked Francisco instead of Adam Smith. So we have Francisco. When he joins the Congress, all existing colonies and the area around them become visible on the map. So interesting, because then we might actually be able to see where the English are. The English are at the far north, and it's an island of its own, maybe. So they've got 2 colonies already, and don't seem to be interacting nicely with their local tribes. We've got Quebec and Montreal. The French have already got a road network spring up, so we are actually quite a bit behind. What about the Spanish? The Spanish still seem to be stuck with 1 colony, but they have built a stockade around it. So I think we're going to need to step up our expansion plans. Yeah, in this world, Quebec is below Jamestown, as is Montreal, or Montreal, depending on your preferred pronunciation. So where is my next unit? Okay, so now we have the indentured servant and the lumberjack. So what we are going to do is unload the. We are going to turn you into. We are going to turn you into a. We are going to turn you into a pioneer. By giving you those tools, unload those tools, and we're going to make you. We now got quite a bit of sugar coming in, so let's turn this into rum, because rum prices are going up. We will make you the lumberjack there. No, we need you to produce lumber, and you're producing food. We've got plenty of food, 2 food left over. We are going to send you off to try and start to found another colony. Exit. So, who do we want next? Do we want Peter Minuit, the trade advisor, Hernando de Soto, the exploration advisor, Paul Revere, Pocahontas, or William Brewster? Oh, hey Mike. So, if I right-click, am I going to get them? Yes, okay. So, Peter Minuit, Indians no longer demand payment for their land. We're not really interested in that. With DeSoto, results of exploring lost city rooms are always positive. Not so much because we're not invading. The military advisor, when a colony is in no standing soldiers attack, colonists automatically take up muskets. Nah. Pocahontas, when Pocahontas joins the Congress, all tension levels between you and the natives are reduced to content, and Indian alarm is generated half as fast. That may not be bad. A bad option, actually. Or William Brewster. No more criminals or servants appear on the dock. Ah, that's actually a really useful one, because it means that we will start to get specialists. Furniture again. So I'm actually going to take William Brewster. Is there anything worth taking back to? There's only 6 tons of rum, so there's no point taking that back yet. Let's put the furs on there. Actually, yeah, let's send that back to Amsterdam with just some furs. I know it's only 6 tons of rum, but I think that might actually be better served trading with the Cherokee. And I think we're going to send them out. So it's a 9 area. If we want do we want cotton? No, actually, I think I'm going to place them there. So what we can do, we build a road. Oh, price of rum has fallen. Oh well, never mind. I don't think we're actually selling them rum at this point. So we've got 9 tons of rum, so we'll put that on there. They wanted tools as well, so we'll give them 40 lots of tools, 40 tons of tools, and send that out to Trader's Village. Lumber and feet sound like a whiskey description that I would buy for an enemy but not a friend. So let's sell them rum. Actually, you know what? Let's give them rum. It's not that much. Tools and tobacco. Oh, they would want some coats as well. Okay. Let's see how much they want for the sugar. 9 tons for 50. See, in Europe it was 8. So 9, 8. So yeah, that's actually a very fair price. We will take that. Oh, and they've given us some sugar as well. Oh, very sweet. Literally. Price of coats has fallen. Okay, let's send this south. Trade with the village, and they want tools. Yep, we'll gratefully accept 325 gold for that. And they want rum and tobacco. Let's see how much more sugar you've got. Ooh, 40 sugar. 48. Yeah, we'll pay that. Yes, sir. We'll pay that. Because as you can see, our reputation with the Cherokee seems to be increasing, so we're probably getting better prices as a result of that. Let's sell the fur. Is there anyone? Recruit. Ooh. Expert fisherman, yes. Okay, none of these are available yet. So I think it's just a question of building up our gold. How much would it be? 500 and 1,000 to start getting guns for our armies. Okay. Steady as she goes. Yep. Aha! The lumber mill, or the rumber mill. No, this isn't the rumber mill. Upgrading the rum distiller will be a rumber mill. So actually, I think that's probably a good idea if we are going to try and increase our rum empire. Let us build the rum distillery. And just try and get that miner to start doing more for his role. Yeah, sugar is building up nicely. Rumpire. Isn't that just a vampire that subsists on alcohol as opposed to blood? Yeah, I think we're getting to the limits of this island. Though there are some interesting resources up north, it looks like. New cargo of lumber. Okay, so while we're waiting for the carpenter to get through that, let's see what we can. Let's see what we can turn lumberjack into. No silver, food. Heck, let's just make him a statesman while we are waiting. And increase our Liberty Bell production. Oh, actually, no. Let's turn him into a fur trader, because that will turn the furs we're getting into. Oh no. Never mind. So let's actually save the sugar on the thing for now, because it'll act as a warehouse, and then we'll build a warehouse next. Nope, we keep running into the natives. So let's sentry that for the moment. Let's just have a quick look. Can we see anything about what the English are up to? No. French. Okay, so the French do seem to be on their own. Oh, actually, on the lower half of the island that the English are on. Or is there space up there? No, because there's a coastline here. Actually, let's send the scout there, because that might actually be useful. Okay, go to Helena. And watching them move around. Okay, let's see if we go north. Do we actually... Actually, I'm just going to send you off here. Let's take you outside of the colonists for now. You are going to go here because you are now producing 14 food as a result. We are going to make you a farmer and send you to the other town once we have founded it. So at the moment we're if we send the lumberjack back into the forest, we're producing 20 for the sake of that. Okay. Do we want? We're going to send the number of tinder. Oh, nice one, Jareth. Gonna make a Tinder joke, but it's already there. Yes, fair. Actually, do we need more sugar? No, not just yet. So, we have the fishermen. We have the colonists. Okay, so let's sentry the ship for now, because I don't think there's any point in sending it back to Amsterdam. Okay, no, Jareth. Rumba is that for drunks. So there. Let's send you out.
Yeah, he asked what I loved. What I wanted to do in the furniture. I wanted to do
In the future.
Oh no!
Future, not furniture.
The English and French have signed a peace treaty. That's not good. That's probably going to cause us some trouble down the line. Maybe we're going to have to make an alliance with the Spanish. Don't really want to. So, right, orders. Build a colony. So, we've got Helena. What should our new colony be called, folks? Yes, sorry about that alarm release. We've been tinkering with some of the notifications, and yeah, I think we forgot to take off the sound cue on one of them. I am not calling a colony feet orange. It's just wrong. Foot. No. Rumbler. Feet splendid. Oh boy. I will take the more sensible. The more sensible solution and call it Rumbler. Fortitude. Oh, I like that. I'm going to go with that. Fortitude. There we go. Thank you very much for that, Shy Magpie. Okay, so this is for... Oh, I can't build... I can't mine there. Oops. There'll be trespassing on Cherokee land. We patiently asked us. Okay, we will respect your wishes since we can't buy the land. Right, so here is the thing. I had forgotten that because we were so close to a village, the squares next to it actually mean that we can't build there unless we pay them for it. So until we have enough funds, those are actually off limits. So I really wanted that ore, actually. So what am I going to do with this? They were indentured servants, so... Oh, you know what? Let's go all in. I need to diversify, though, really. Let's get you producing ore somewhere. Can you produce ore? Yeah, okay, you can produce some ore from there. And maybe we just ship the ore back to... we ship the ore back to Helena at some point. As you can see, not having played this for so very long, these are non-optimized decisions I am making. So let's... Ooh, rum distillery is ready. Hooray! Ah, so now you can see that they are nope, producing 6 rum now. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to send them out and send them to Fortitude so that they can actually start getting better ore out of that whatever terrain that is. So let's change this to do I want now? Let's actually start by... Actually, let's build the warehouse, since that's probably going to be useful further down the line. The rumber mill is now in is now producing 6 tons of rum per turn. So now we've got 24 tons of rum, 21 tons of fur, 70 of sugar, 15 of coats. Okay, let's put the coats onto the wagon train. Actually, what we'll do is we'll switch that onto the merchantman and send the... Oops. Send some rum out with... let's send 15 tons of rum out with the wagon train. Yeah, I hate running out of space in any game, so I am very much with you, Lacrimacade. Trade with the village. Let's sell them the coats. It's not a lot for the coats, but we'll take it. We just need money really at this point. They need tools and rum. Okay. Actually, we won't actually buy anything from just now. Let's make them a farmer. Oh, wow. You can only get 5 food. It's not a lot. Oh, well. What we'll do is we'll actually send this colonist out to start improving the pathways between the two, and actually start clearing the forest around the. Hey, 13 sugar, nice. Actually, what time is it? Okay, it's coming up to 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another quick break here. Let's save the game. And switch out. There we go. Okay, so yeah, get up, stretch your legs, grab yourself another drink, and I will be back very shortly. See you in a moment, folks. Maybe if I unmute the mic, that would be helpful. So smooth. Yeah, unlike Mike, I don't claim to be totes profesh. So in terms of Sanikov land, I can't remember how I actually spelt it, whether or not I put a double N in it or not. So let's look at the so there we go. We for this game at least, SANNIKOVLAND. Yeah. Actually, what's the Elder Statesman? Interesting. I think I will actually recruit the Elder Statesman. Because that will be really useful for the production of Liberty Bells, and then send the ship back in order to pick it up. Although, how much by the warehouse? 884. Okay, no, I do not have enough for that just yet. Actually, let's put the rest of the rum on there. Take the furs with us. And we'll leave the ore because I think the ore will be necessary in a bit. Exit that and send the ship back to Amsterdam. Oh no, okay, I didn't. Auto, I didn't really wanted you to auto route. I didn't want you to put that there. Okay. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, rummers. That's got rum on it, so we were going to trade that. If you're only offering me 87, I might as well just gift you the rum. Tools, tobacco, and coats. Okay. Nothing right now because I need to save money. That is the ore miner, so yeah, we'll send you to there. And send the pioneer out to start building roads. Move that back to Helena. This is the ore miner. Move you into the fort. We'll start building a road with you. Wrangling cats? Oh, awesome. Wow. The game is really wanting us to investigate those Lost City rumours, aren't they? We'll sentry that for now. We'll set him to scrub forest. Okay, yeah. No. I want you producing ore. That's it. And then we'll send the veteran soldiers there to act as another colonist. Oh, hey, Mike. Right, so we will offload those furs, getting 125 for them, and offload the rum. Ooh, that didn't depress the market. That's good to see. Is there anyone else? No, we don't want silver miners. Okay, because we have no silver. Let us send you then back to Senecobland. Steady as she goes. So our scouts are still looking for a decent... Ooh! Aha! The Iroquois have raided Plymouth. Let's go have a quick look. English burn... Oh no! What? Boo! Boo the English. Price of cloth has fallen. Risen. Oh. So, because of recent developments in our ongoing war with the Holy Roman Empire, we've decided to raise your tax rate by 2%. The tax rate is now 2%. Forgot the voice I was doing there. If you wish, you may kiss our royal pinky ring. Ha. Unfortunately, I can't kill the English, Theo. I'm going on a trading run, so I haven't been building up my my army, and the English are going to be remarkably more well defended than I am. Into the sea with our fur. Shall I just dump the furs? Fur party. Outtrade the English. Yeah, that's what we're hoping to. Fur party. Fur party. Dump them. Cool. Okay. Chat has spoken. We are going to hold the Helena for... we're going to dump the Helena first party. The Sons of Liberty throw 12 tons of fur into the sea at Helena. Colonists refuse to pay the new tax, and Parliament announces the boycott of furs. Oh, actually, we'll go to Colony now that we've run out of lumber. We'll put you back into... So basically, this is a true lumberjack. He's basically going to be switching between producing lumber and producing rum. So it means that we'll only be able to trade off. We might as well find some way of turning the furs into... Actually, I haven't got enough people here now. Let's turn those furs into coats, because that is one way of getting around the fur boycott. How are we doing on the warehouse? Almost there. I think we're about 2/3 of the way. So exit that. Our intrepid Dutch explorers are scouting the land. Lumberjack detected. Price of coats has fallen. Okay, sure, fine. Just as I start deciding to manufacture them. We're in 50-50. We really need to actually start making a way. We really need a lot more money, because we really need to start dominating the trading markets. Actually, what is that? Oh, is that beaver? Oh, right. Okay, yes, because that would be increased fur. So. Let's carry on building roads. Because that's the other thing. Because improving the squares around your towns will also act to boost your production levels. So a statesman. Actually, I think what we're going to do is, rather than have them produce Liberty Bells, we're going to have this statesman... What? No, your sugar planter. What is the statesman is now going to start producing rum. We'll keep that all there. We probably need to start building another... Ooh, price of cloth has risen. We haven't got any cotton, unfortunately. At least we're doing better in terms of our population sizes, because as you can see, Jamestown and Plymouth are only a population of 1. Quebec and Montreal are only a population of 1. So actually, we are probably outproducing most of our competitors. Helena is up to 6. Fortitude is at 2. And Isabella is stuck on 4 because they haven't really got much of a way of expansion. No, not yet. Definite human dress, but we are working our way up to it. We are going to make Dutch rum the best in the world. So we'll just sentry the ship for now. And... Ooh! We have discovered the Pacific Ocean, apparently. In terms of this, geography is eternal. This is probably a game for Mike's geography level, given that everything is very, very much not where it should be. I'm sorry, Mike. Yes, at Happy Go Lucky Scamps is Mike. That's his personal channel. And also how you can find his stuff on YouTube as well, under Happy Go Lucky Scamps. Go check it out. There's some very interesting games of Tharsis on that channel, with special guest Alex involved. if you ever really wanted to see altruism in work, then yeah, go and watch those. So we've got the warehouse. Excellent. So now we can probably unload that sugar, so it doesn't go to waste. What should we do in? What does the schoolhouse do? Our schoolhouse allows us to change professions. That's good. That's probably actually really useful because we're not producing enough just yet. Although, is that going to be super worth it? Dry dock. Oh no, dry dock is only for repairing. Churches for improving. Love that building just requires hammers and tools, as the construction person can confirm. You know what? Let's get a better, because we're probably going to need, while we've got the boycott on in Amsterdam, let's see if we can get more coats out of our fur trading post. Although that means that we probably will run through that fairly quickly. Do we want to do anything else here? No, I think we're good. So we'll sentry the ship. We'll sentry that. We're not trading anything. Oh, more furs at at Fortitude. The Cherokee Tribe has fallen upon hard times and does not have enough food this season. Will our brothers of Helena share the bounty of their harvest with us in their time of need? So we have the option of either giving them half of our food stores, or saying, "I'm sorry, we gave it the office." Now. I genuinely think this music is a form of torture. It's certainly a compressed thing, Bittercape, but of course we're going to help them. Yes, don't be silly. Of course we were going to. So, Cherokee Tribe is pleased to see the progress, and they give us 10 furs. Oh, they didn't have to. Feed them the scouts. Feed them with the least. Wow, you're bloodthirsty, chat. We haven't done anything on this stream to really warrant that, have we? Have we? Mike, have we? Crunch or notch? Wow, that's a deep cut. That's a very deep cut there, Colin Apper. Price of cloth has fallen. Oh, hang on, that's a French galleon near us, wasn't it? Okay, well, let's sentry that for the time being. Sentry that. We haven't got any use for them right now. Oh dear, our the native unrest is native alarm is actually rising. What's that? Ah, okay. Religious unrest means that there are indentured servants now available. Okay, so actually what I'm going to go to Helena. Oh, no. Damn it. Actually, where should I build? I've got 40 lots of tools left. So that's got a road. That's got a road. That's got a road. Actually, let's clear the forest here, because Fortitude should probably start Iroquois are raiding Plymouth again. And we've got the fur trading post. Excellent. So let's change that. What do we want now? Lumbering time. Should I start producing an armory? What does an armory do? Allows our carpenters to make artillery units and our gunsmiths. Oh, actually, yes. I think an armory is if we want to be able to start taking out our competitors, then yeah, the armory is probably a good call at this point. Let's load up. Let's load it up with coats, with rum. We can't sell the furs in. Let's go and send that back to Amsterdam. Okay, so we have here a turn thing there. French are heading back to Montreal. Oh, we're very much at we're just going through the motions now, so is there anything that we can do to optimize things? I don't think there is really. We've got lumber there. I mean, Fortitude is going to be the problem because we built it, well, I say we, the global we, built it in kind of the wrong place accidentally. So, I'm going to leave that. Is it actually worth producing ore? Actually, you know what? We haven't got lumber. Let's turn you into a lumberjack and let's actually start getting some production there. Okay, so let's dump these off. We got 792 gold for that. That's really nice. That because who's on the recruit? No, we don't want. Oh, do we want another expert lumberjack? Actually, let's. What can we purchase? So we can purchase another. We can purchase another ship, but I don't think we've got enough goods coming in as yet to be able to do that. Or we can purchase some artillery. Which basically allows is very effective when we're attacking and defending colonies. So I think it might actually be worthwhile for us to purchase an artillery unit. So let's talk about Endgame here. As I said, one of the end points of the game is when you've built up enough rebel sentiment to declare independence from your home nation, you obviously lose access to the trading port. But it also means that home nation will send an expeditionary force to try and reclaim what they see as their territory, and you have to be able to defend against it when they arrive. So actually trying to build up my my defences from an early stage is probably not a bad idea. So let's purchase 1 artillery. We'll also get those lumberjacks because we can send them to Fortitude. Fortitude. And head on out again. Although, shall we actually... hang on, no changes. We've got 797 gold. Let's take another lot of tools. And take another lot of tools, and we'll also take some tobacco. Maybe about 50 tons of tobacco. That's 6, so that'd be 300. Yeah, let's take defensive artillery, Mike, or rather, we're not intending to use them against our friends, but if the English and French, who have a treaty apparently, decide to come a-calling, then we want to be ready for them. So let's set sail. Oh, actually, no, that's remaining port. Let's move. Let's move. Don't get on the next ship because we'll leave it there for the moment because we want the people first. Okay. Actually, so what I'm going to do here, we're at 20 past 7, so we need to. I will need to end the stream in about 10 minutes. So what I think I will do is I will save this here. Explorer Michael de Spiral of the Dutch, and I will do that. Bring us back to. Go back to booth. And so, what have we... Let's take that down a bit. Okay. So, that is... that's Colonization. That's the original 1994 game, kind of in a nutshell. We only got... we ended in spring 1564, so that's 1492. We got about 70 years into the game, but what you'll see is that this is actually fairly typical of almost any turn-based strategy game. You'll get your premise, you'll work out how you are going to meet your objectives, set yourself objectives if you want to. As I say, the style of game you are going to do. As we get later on in game styles, particularly in the civilization style of games, you have more and more different objectives that you can try and complete or go for in order to win the game. As I say, Colonization offers you very straightforward, very simple options in terms of what it is that you are to do and what you want to do. But obviously, we decided to do a true altruism run in the sense of we weren't going to act as invaders in the sense of destroying native villages and looting their sacred grounds. which brought us on to the other point of what these sorts of games can teach us and what they have to offer. Reverse altruism, yeah. Yeah, for a show that isn't actually that old, we already seem to have we already seem to have come across our own coined our own terminology, even in the sense of changing the meanings of existing words. For anyone who wasn't here for our very first stream, FTL, altruism does not mean what you think it means. In terms of the kind of run that we went on for that game. That first stream is actually up on YouTube now. You can go and watch it over at youtube.com/Rusty Quill. And it has kind of spawned a bit of a meme at this point. But anyway, back to the game. As introductory experiences go, as I say, a lot of this, like when we talked about horror FPS Fear, when Mike and I looked at that a couple of weeks ago, this game has a huge amount of nostalgia for me, and obviously I'm looking at it through nostalgic lenses to a certain degree. That is why I might sound more forgiving of this game than I would necessarily be if I were to be presented with this game today. That said, we do have to also acknowledge the fact that we can, at the end of the day, like, divorce the concept of this is a game. We know going into it what we are likely to see, and obviously we can learn things from the way the games are presented. We know colonization is bad. We know colonialism is bad. That shouldn't necessarily stop us from playing a game of this nature, because we can always learn things. But it also is, at the end of the day, ahistoric, and it isn't a true reflection of the real world. I mean, we all know the argument about violent video games do not make people violent in of themselves. We wouldn't if we didn't if we were to follow the line to the extreme, nobody would play an FPS. Nobody we wouldn't play any game where we play Dishonored 2. We wouldn't say what they say, video games cause colonialism. We wouldn't play half the games that are out there, any of the World War II games, Call of Duty. I mean, heck, Spec Ops: The Line, which is a game that we may look at down the line, is very much keyed on this of this sense of where do you draw the line, and actually forcing you to look at the consequences of your actions. This isn't a game like that. Spec Ops is a very interesting game from a critical perspective, although it probably isn't an intro level game. But coming back to this, introductory purposes, it's very light. It's very straightforward. Although there isn't a tutorial, there isn't a lot of hand holding, but it does give you prompts, and it does give you suggestions as to where you want to play, and it's very good, especially for a game of its time, at giving you information on what the various options are. Obviously, I ended up clicking on a few things when left clicking instead of right clicking on a few things in order to make decisions, but that is by the by. That's me not having the muscle memory remembering how to play this game. But I think this is actually a very good game as an introduction to strategy. Obviously, the flavour of it is up to your own is up to your own taste, and something that I will in particular will be looking at are different types of strategy game. Obviously, I have a lot of the Paradox games to look at, so we are talking particularly Europa Universalis. I have 3 and 4. If I look at it, I will probably look at 4. Also have Stellaris, which is your space sim. Civ 5 is probably something that we could look at. Maybe Civ 5 or Civ 4, depending on which I prefer. Dungeon Keeper, possibly. I don't think Mike or I own Dungeon Keeper at the moment, but it is actually a decent one to look at. So I think I have whittled on enough. Thank you very much for being with me for this stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have found it very interesting going back to, as I say, a game I haven't played since the late 90s. Actually, Dr. Teatme, I'm going to answer that question for you now with regards to the music for the unknowing. The music is produced by our resident composer, Samuel D.F. Jones, and that music is not available currently due to licensing restrictions that we have with him. So that is not music that we can release at present, I'm afraid. Yes, as Alex that confirms there. Yeah, as I say, if you want to support the stream, you can do so by direct donation. You can click a link down below, or !donate will take you to the Streamlabs page. Alternatively, you can support us on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Rusty Quill. And as I say, if you are unaware, we are a podcasting production company, and you'll be able to get access to a variety of rewards and benefits depending on which subscription level you go for. If you've enjoyed this and you want to carry on talking to other folks about the streams, you can join our Discord. !Discord will give you the link, the invitation to this, and we will be, well, I will certainly be in there later on this evening to see your comments, and as ever, feedback is always welcome. You can contact me on Twitter at the Rusty Quill, or personally at GoodyGumdrop, GODIGUMDROP, or mail at rustyquill.com if you want to send us an email instead. So cheers everyone. I hope that's got through all the admin I need to do, and yeah, have a good rest of day, and Mike will be here on Saturday at 3 p.m. GMT to have a look at Soma, a horror psychological game that I think will be right up many people's street here. Anyway, take care, and I will see you soon.